Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today we have yet another double reaction to Deep Purple and Blackmore's Night, and today's theme is a Spanish one. From Deep Purple we're going to be checking out the song The Spanish Archer, and from Blackmore's Night we're going to be listening to Spanish Nights. I'm excited to check these out, and sort of my guess going into these is we're going to be relying more heavily on the Spanish Phrygian scale. For whatever reason, that scale just does something to the dopamine in my body, so I'm very excited to listen to these two today. Before jumping in, a massive thank you goes to Graham the Gracious for making this donation request. And remember, nothing is ever lost in the universe. And now, let's jump in. Huge wall of sound already. There's like a gallop kind of feel to this. Ooh. So far, maybe this is like my lack of proper ear training. A lot of my musical knowledge is self-taught. But I cannot tell right now if we are in the Spanish Phrygian mode or if this is more of a minor scale. My intuition tells me we are bouncing between the two and we're just taking chords and melodies that can exist in each of the relative modes. I would need to chart this out or fumble around on my piano for a while to figure out the true answer. Oh, nice whammy. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh. Oh, I wanted that to be longer. You hear the strumming, it's kind of subtle, but it's happening in triplets. That's sort of why mentally I was thinking the rhythm was feeling like a bit of a gallop, because gallops, especially in metal music, are played in triplet formations, or at least triplet clusters, rather than the precise music theory triplet. Triplet. It's very quick. I love that whammy. Why does it feel like... I'm sorry for pausing so much. There's always so many things bubbling in the mind of Sohum. But why does it feel like I've heard this melody somewhere? Falling. That little cluster of notes, that feels so familiar. I don't know where I may have heard it. Oh, who's the vocalist on this track? Gillian checks out. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. The way the track just exploded in the last like minute and a half. It's just something that only Deep Purple and Richie Blackmore are really capable of doing. You know, I think I mentioned this before, but everything I've heard off of the House of the Blue Light album from Deep Purple has been uniquely excellent. I'm very partial to this album. And maybe you guys will know where that falling, that like melodic motif, where that may have like inserted itself into my brain, and it's almost like a sleeper agent being awoken as I'm listening to this today. Because it sounds so familiar, and maybe it is like a common melodic motif. It doesn't feel like one that I hear all that often. Da 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 da. Basically 4 notes with 3 distinct pitches in that cadence. Yeah, maybe there's a different reference that I may have heard this song in before that I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. But great guitar work on here. The Phrygian moments definitely made themselves known as the solos started to come into play. Big fan of whammy. I think whammy is one of the most underutilized vocal components. Sorry, not vocal components, but guitar components out there. It's always pleasant when I get to see how excellent guitarists use the whammy bar. So that's the Spanish Archer from Deep Purple. Let's check out Spanish Nights from Blackmore's Night. And, you know, as it relates to Blackmore's Night, I can definitely see how Phrygian would make its way into their playing. They are very solidly in that acoustic folklore-esque Phrygian, bluesy minor area. I don't know, sometimes I just like string together so many words I confuse myself. Maybe I better speak less. Let's listen. Could also be the coffee talking. Ooh, already. Yeah, we are solidly in Phrygian. Oh, this is fingerstyle, 100%. Wow. Do you hear how he's like fluttering his fingers like in a specific rhythm, creating a consistent pattern, but within that is nested like a different melodic motif that is ascending. Do 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 do. Listen carefully. So impressive. Oh, the flamenco is coming to play. The strings. Triplet. Again, we're in triplets.
Silent she rose from the cold desert sands, painted in shadows, a dark caravan, quiet as a whisper with moves like a cat. She rolled like a storm cloud, her eyes glowing black. Oh, and they cried Malagueña, wait for me Malagueña, I remember it well. Oh, and they cried Malagueña, wait for me Malagueña, I remember it
Oh my god. It is so fast paced. It is so melodic. It is uniquely dark, especially when Candace is singing. It almost feels like a lot of like rustling that's happening in the guitars, as if you're like playing muted triplets, but really it just feels like a big, wide, hollow acoustic sound underneath all of it in this mix. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's just climbing up these little Phrygian scales, these motifs that find their way up and down, that extend into the acoustic guitar, past the acoustic guitar into the strings, and it's so fast. And interestingly, in the Spanish Archer, we also heard this triplet motif used as well, not in this like more scale-esque pattern, but that rhythmic pattern was emulated there and here as well. Something with Phrygian lends itself to triplets, it seems. This is so cool. Right here, there's like muted scratching below. Like Arabian Nights now. Oh, the strings are soaring. All right. Now that I've heard these two songs, I know whenever I go to write any song that even remotely draws from Phrygian, to just play triplets. Spam triplets, up, down, left, right, in a droning fashion, in a muted fashion. Do whatever you want, but make sure it's in triplet form. That is so interesting because I've heard Phrygian used a lot, especially in metal music. It's like one of those scales that always finds its way in a bit of the darkness. It almost draws from, the East, right? That's like a common theme to use, like when you have your minor scale, then harmonic minor, then your Phrygians. These all kind of go hand in hand with each other in different moments and allow you to pivot between scales that you wouldn't have expected to. And sometimes you can completely modulate the song and do it repeatedly in this like ever expanding positive feedback loop fashion where you make your way completely around the circle of fifths. I'm in the process of truly learning music theory, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but it's definitely the case that when you use a unique scale like this, it's best to understand all of the different components. So one place to start would be understanding the scale degrees, right? The 1, the flat 2, the flat 3, the 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and then back to the root. Those would be your scale degrees. Then the next step up would be understanding what are the chords for each of those respective scale degrees. And if you were to find the relative minor or the relative major scale, how would you do it? And what would the best path be melodically to bring you there? And if you are going to make like modulations on top of that and transpose to different keys, you could figure out the problems that come with that later down the line. But even reducing down to the bare nuts and bolts, it is already hard to compose in scales that are not often heard and played. Because for me, like if I listened only to like popular music on Spotify, I would not be exposed to scales like these. And it's one of the reasons why, like when I first started listening to metal music, why it would like stand out to me so much, because it was so different from what I had heard before in popular music. And sometimes I like to be contrarian and like be different than everybody else, but also the music is damn good. So I kind of get the best of both worlds. I get to be my own unique snowflake and enjoy music like this, because none of my friends who listen to a lot of like R&B and pop and EDM and trance and music, I love them. None of them listen to Deep Purple. None of them listen to Blackmore's Night. So I'm glad I get to share my journey with you all lovely people on the internet. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment for the algorithm, and if you'd like to make a request yourself, you can do so by hitting the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.